Okay, so I am not a professional videographer, whatever you want to call it. So you're gonna hear probably dogs and yelling in the background. I promised myself that I'd only film this once, so I'm probably gonna stutter a lot and just have a hard time getting through things. But I know that if I filmed it more than once or let myself, that I would never be done. So I debated on if I should do like a blog post or just a Facebook post or a video. I actually wrote multiple posts out and I ended up deciding on a video because I feel like I'd be able to express my feelings better, at least hopefully. Some of those posts that I wrote out were extremely detailed. They told every single detail of a few years and every piece of it, every experience, every tear, every agony. And at first I was like, oh, that's, just to tell my story. It's to tell my story to where it is now. And as I talked to close friends and family about it, I had a close friend that kind of helped me realize that it wasn't just to tell my story, that I was trying to prove something and that I was trying to get people to see why I am where I am. And that's not the time for this. And my friend also helped me to realize that, the experiences that I had were my experiences, and the only person that it really changed that deeply was me. I can tell those experiences, and I may later, but as of right now, this isn't to tell you, how or why I got here. It's just to tell you where I am. I released a video with the church, with the LDS church a few years ago, and I felt that was supposed to happen, and I still believe that was meant to be. That was the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life, and the after effects of it was so difficult. And I received a lot of feedback, good and bad, and that's okay, because I know that people have their different opinions, and I know that people are going to have their different opinions with this video that I'm going to release, and that's okay. I get that we all have different opinions and are in different places. I didn't come out with this previously because I was scared. I was scared that I would let a lot of people down, and I was scared that that I just failed, and that I was scared that all the love and support that I received was conditional based on the choices that I was making at the time. And so I've hid for these last 2 years. I hid where I was at. I stopped talking to people. I've isolated myself, and I was just terrified. I finally, despite if I lose some friends or family, I'm ready to just be honest. with where I'm at, and in hopes that I can at least get the love from some family and friends that I've been hiding from. Sorry, I really didn't plan this out, so I'm just got a lot of emotions. I'm ready to be honest and open with where I am, and when I released that video, I was honest and open with where I was then, and I couldn't speak for where I would be in the future. I wanted to, and I thought I could speak for where I was going to be, but I couldn't. Just like now, I can tell you where I am now, but I can't tell you where I'm going to be in the next 5, 10, 15 years. I have no idea, because I'm in a different place now than I ever thought I would be. I hate that this video has to be like this, because this should be like the most happy and exciting video that I've ever done. But I'm also sensitive to the fact that this video is going to be hard for a lot of people, and I get that. So I don't want to take away from everyone's experience. But to be honest and open with where I am now, I have fallen in love with the most perfect person for me. She's everything that I could ever have dreamed of, and it's the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me. And unfortunately, this isn't an exciting thing for a lot of people when they're going to hear this, but to me, it's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. It wasn't intentional, and it was very unexpected. You know, we were just friends. But it happened, and it's brought a light and a purpose to my life that I desperately needed in a very dark time. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the people that I let down. But although this isn't what, where I expected my life to go, it is where it is, and I am happy. And I have worked closely with the church, and they wanted to do what was best for me, and I am so grateful for that. I'm grateful for the love of the church and the leaders, specifically one director at church headquarters. She has been like so supportive and loving, and has made this like such an easy process, a much easier process. It hasn't been easy, but she has wanted to do everything for me and what would be best for me. And so we coordinated to take down my video on the mormonandgay.lds.org website, and coordinated to release this video at the same time, so that I could explain what was going on, and I could let you know that I worked very closely with the church. They were very loving and supportive, and wanted to do what was best for me, and I am so grateful for that. I want to tell my family and my friends how grateful I am for them. They've been nearly flawless at supporting me and loving me with where I am, and being happy and excited for me, despite, their feelings or beliefs or whatever it is. I think they've seen my journey from the beginning, and they fully support me with where I'm at now. And I couldn't be more grateful, because this is difficult as it is. It has been agonizing. It's been so difficult to try and figure this out on my own, and not necessarily on my own, because I've had friends and family, but to figure this out internally. And I'm still figuring it out. I still have a strong testimony of the church. I also am in love with somebody, and am living differently than what I had stated in my video that I thought I would be living. And I'm just grateful for the love and support of my family, because I honestly don't know if I could have gotten through it without them. I want to tell those that look to me as an example as far as how to live in the church and be gay. I want to tell them I'm sorry for letting them down, because I truly thought that it was something I could figure out and had figured out. And I can promise that I had very pure intentions with releasing that video. They were the most pure that I've had, and I want to be as pure as I can now with my intentions on releasing this video. It's pretty difficult having your life broadcasted to everyone, and I did choose to have that happen, and I did that because I felt that it was right. And I've really battled personally, internally, with why I needed to release that video, because I thought that I would be this example to everybody, and how to be, I hate saying gay and in the church, because I still have a testimony, and I feel like I'm still in the church, but we pretty much say, you know, you're acting on it or you're not acting on it, and I guess is kind of the terminology, but I thought, you know, that I could not act on it and just be in the church and everything would be, you know, fine, and I'd be this example, and I'm just not where I thought I was. And so I'm sorry for those that this may sadden, and I hope that you find the healing and the peace that you need. I know that I've been finding a lot of healing and peace. Like I said, I hate that this has to be a sad video or a down video, because I'm the happiest now that I've ever been. But again, I know that this isn't going to be an exciting video for everyone. So for those that are excited for me, thank you. Because I'm excited to be able to share this part of my life. For those that aren't, I'm sorry. But I hate how we talk about, you know, people in and out of the church and whatever else. Like, I feel like we've divided the LGBTQ community, and there's been so much attention towards, and I'll just do the quote, the ones that, you know, are out of the church, or the ones that are acting on it, or however you want to call it. We've given so much support to them, and it's needed. As I know now that I have a girlfriend, I know how much that support is needed. But there's so many people on so many different paths and on so many different levels, that I hope that as a community and as a church and as just as family and friends, that we can love and support those that are in all sorts of different paths and ways. One in particular, after my video came out, and it was very difficult, about, I don't even know how much longer later, Dan Reynolds of Imagine Dragons, he released a Believer film on HBO with a clip of me in it, and I had no idea it was being released. It was just released without my knowledge, and it blindsided me, and the church tried to warn me because they saw it at Sundance and they were so loving and helping me. But I felt that we were walking over, specifically me at that time, but as I represented those that were trying to not act on it in the church, we were walking over those people in order to support the LGBT community. And there are people out there that are gay or lesbian or transgender and are in the church and are not acting on this and are figuring things out, and some are dealing with it in amazing ways, that they have amazing tools and strengths that they're using to deal with this. And there's some that are not dealing with it great. They're doing, you know, unhealthy things that are very hard and difficult, and there's some that are, you know, acting on it, but you know, that still love the church and have testimonies and are trying to figure that out. And there's some that, you know, are acting on it and are not members and don't even like the church anymore. And there's so many different paths that I feel like that we're walking over people, and I don't want any community to be forgotten. And so as part of this video, in hopes that people watch it, I just want to encourage those to know that there are LGBTQ people everywhere in all sorts of paths of life, and there are people that you know, are in the gospel and are doing and are living different than other, I mean, everybody's living differently. And so I want to make sure that we love and support everyone. And I'm just grateful for the love and support I've received through this journey. And like I said, I don't know where I'm going to be in the next 5, 10, 15 years, but as I have chosen to, you know, make this public, I wanted to let everybody know where I was now. And as I was saying, I was really scared to release that video, and then I was sad because I thought that, you know, the purpose of the video was for me to be like this example of how to live in the church or not acting on it and everything. But in the end, I have a strong testimony and feel, and I'm trying to switch that mindset because I've thought differently this whole time, but I do feel that my video was hopefully there to soften the hearts of other people, that this is agonizingly difficult for anybody in any walk of life, no matter what their choices are right now. It is hard. And I hope that at least sharing my journey at that point and sharing my journey now can somehow help people. And again, I didn't think that I'd ever be here, but I'm happier than I've ever been, and I just hope that, you know, that I can receive love and support and just be able to, I guess, just move forward in this life. And I know that I'll probably get a lot of different responses from this, probably a lot of supportive and loving, and I'm so thankful to you that give me that in advance. I want to thank those that love me and support me and are happy for me. And I know I'll probably receive a lot of rough ones as well, and I'm sorry for that. But in advance, I've chosen not to read messages and not to respond to anything, because it nearly destroyed me the first time I came out public. It emotionally destroyed me. And so just this polar opposite views of, you know, you're letting everybody down, or you're you know, you're deceived, or just all these things that people want to say to me, and then the other, you know, that this is amazing, this is right, this is what you should do. I know that there's so many different opinions, but I'm just grateful for those that love me, and I just thank you to my friends and family for the love and support and happiness that they've shared with me over this last little while. And I look forward to sharing happiness and joy with others, hopefully in the future. And yeah, so long video, but I just felt I needed to get that out there, and I should have scripted it so it wasn't this long. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna jump off social media for a while, and then when I hop back on, hopefully I can just move forward with life. And yeah, so I love you all. Thank you again for those that love and support me, and that move forward with me on my journey wherever it takes me. I love you all, and yeah, just want to thank you.